Don't look at my sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Interstellar Tennis Podcast.
The Interstellar Tennis Podcast.
Today, we have the one and only Ben Hahn, lead singer of the now defunct Stepdads.
Oh, shit.
Former personal trainer.
Oh, shit.
Pretty good soccer player, I'd assume.
Thank you.
My neighbor. I feel like you're a tricky guy. Pretty tricky kind of guy. Emotionally, you think you're tricky? And maybe most importantly, Benny the Ghost.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us today.
I feel like those were the most pedestrian accolades I've ever heard.
Well, you got to do some cooler shit to get better accolades.
Yeah, sure. You're like, this guy lives 20 feet from me. Please put your hands together.
One of the five notable things about you is you live next to me. Yeah, dude. How do you? First off, how do you feel about being on my podcast?
Dude, really good. This is, funnily enough, for you to mention my defunct band. This is my second podcast of yours I've been in.
Is it?
Your older, also
shit.
defunct podcast.
Yeah, don't fucking bring up my defunct podcast.
We're bringing up defunct things.
Yeah, dude.
What
you
was
were
that one
on.
called?
That was the Happy Camper Recording Podcast.
Yeah,
I
I remember it.
And it didn't work that well, if I remember correctly. Did you enjoy being on the first one?
God, that's what I was going to say. So much fun. Sorry,
Really?
I'm gonna put this over here. I remember when you were setting up and I came downstairs and it was like 7 chairs, 7 microphones, and then a table with like 40 beers, and then like 2 bottles of wine and a handle of like Jameson.
Yeah, it wasn't good content, but I feel like it was pretty fun to make.
Yeah, and I remember for some reason being super stuffed up.
So the whole time I was like, I promise, guys, my voice, it doesn't sound like this. And I'm also really drunk.
That was, dude, that podcast was fun to do, but also every time we started recording, no one would fucking say anything. It would just be like me trying to like drag everyone to say shit and Garrett and Reed and just being like,
yeah,
not doing it.
When I was listening to our episode, I was like, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's too many.
It was you, me, Noah, Garrett, Andre, Joey.
All on the one podcast?
All had mics.
No.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Were you on that podcast?
I was never on it.
I think you're wrong.
You were there when we were doing me.
No. What? He came to Nashville way, way later.
Oh, no.
You're fucking wrong, dude.
No.
Hold on.
What?
Golden. Yeah, no. I
Wait,
think it would have just been
who
the
lived
Happy Campers.
Oh, Reed. Sorry,
Reed.
I'm replacing you with Reed in my brain. You, Reed,
Yeah.
Garrett, Andre, Joey, and me.
God, yeah. Too many people in one podcast.
Yeah.
I think I was editing the episode yesterday. Yesterday was the first time I had a guest on.
Was it Andre?
It was Andre.
Yeah.
And I realized I talk over people way more than I think.
Yeah, me too.
I thought you were like, yeah, you do.
Goddamn right you do.
Fuck. And so I need to actively be better about that if I'm going to be a professional, if I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan.
I remember listening to an episode with Ross Golan, and the writer is.
Oh.
They were talking about how much better of a podcaster he's become, and he was saying something pretty interesting. He was like, surprisingly, that a good host gives you prompts and then low key speaks very little.
Yeah.
Not that's what you
That's
should
not
do.
what I'm about.
Okay, yeah. But
This podcast.
it's like you would think like more charisma is more talking, but he was like it's more listening. Don't do that. I mean, I don't want to. You know what I mean?
I think I don't think my goal in this is to be like a really good podcast host. I think my goal is to just put out a lot of episodes.
For sure.
I think that's the main thing.
Well, the thing is, I don't have that much to offer.
I think you do. As I said, you're my
together
neighbor. You used to be a personal trainer. No, dude. Okay, hold on. I need to ask you. I said that when I was starting a podcast, I wasn't going to do any preparation, but I like 5 minutes before this, I started writing down some questions, and so I have some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I think my first thing that I want you to talk about to me is is you just put out a fucking new song, man. T-Rex.
Yes. Yeah, I did. Thank you.
How are you feeling about it?
I don't know. It's my first independent release, which is a pretty wild in itself. In and of itself.
Yeah, sure.
In itself.
In
and out.
In and also in itself.
I'd feel like it's so soon. It was yesterday, technically. So I'm almost like waiting for the validation to roll in because my Spotify for Artists hasn't updated. So I don't have any numbers. I don't really know how it's going yet. But I didn't realize how much work it was to put stuff out
solo,
independently.
Because who are you putting stuff out?
And unmanaged as well.
Oh, you don't have a manager now?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't realize that how much stuff it was. I kind of spend like an hour to 3 hours every day, sending and reading emails.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I really probably should be writing music.
That's the thing. I feel like as the operation kind of expands, or like as you like find any degree of success, I feel like all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, there is so much more shit to be done, and like a much smaller percentage of it becomes like making music.
Oh my gosh, I was like filming
a
TikTok the other day, and I was having all my roommates help out, and I was like directing them.
Yeah,
I was doing what you did. I was setting up lighting, setting up cameras, and I was like, isn't this funny? This is my job as a musician. It's not to be making music right now.
Right.
It's to be setting up lighting and be talking about.
You have to be like
funny
a
TikToks.
Creative director.
Yeah.
So,
like a director, a video editor,
right?
A DP, director of photography.
However you want to fucking do it, dude. Do you think
a DP in every other kind of way?
A DP in every sense. Do you find that like when you're doing all that stuff, are you like resentful of that? Are you like, fuck, now I have to do all this stuff? Or are you like, this is a part of the gig? Do you enjoy that?
I've always loved making music videos.
Okay.
And I loved writing and directing my own video. And it's kind of the same energy. I like love making video stuff. I think it's really fun. Yeah. It's not, at the same time, it's not the same as being a musician. Yeah. It's harder. I have nothing against making video content. I think it's really fun. What my only qualm is just playing an internet lottery every day. Right. And how that's the only way to like. God, I feel like this is inevitably what every conversation ends up in.
Well, I mean, like you're talking to. It's like we make stuff on the internet. Yeah. And like that's what the whole gig is.
I know, 100%.
You don't want to talk about internet stuff. You don't want to talk about. You want to talk about politics?
I do. No, I do want to talk about internet.
What do you think about Justin Trudeau? What's your just never mind. Yeah, dude. Do you feel like I do think that making shit? Oh, what are you gonna fucking say?
No, that's what. Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. I think contrary to how most people talk about it, I super don't hate making stuff, making TikToks and playing the TikTok game. I find it, and I know if I was making the same exact content and it was doing like great, I'd be having a blast. Right. My only issue was with the lotteryness of it. Algorithmically, I have nothing against making it. Like I was trying ever since you gave me Final Cut Pro. I've tried making videos that were really high def, right? Really high production quality and stuff. And some of those would take me like 7 or 8 hours because I'm like a slower editor. Yeah.
Dude, it's a quantity game for sure.
Yeah. And that's a lot. But I was like, man, I really wouldn't mind doing it if it was like working out really well. I would spend 8 hours every day editing video if it was like really getting received well, which is tight. But the videos that I get the most views on are
The iPhones?
me saying stupid shit,
Right.
which is a separate issue because it has nothing to do with my music.
Yeah.
I could do that all day.
It is frustrating. Anytime I post like a serious song, it doesn't do very well. But whatever, dude. Yeah. Fuck the internet stuff.
I feel
But
like
it's
your
also
most
cool.
recent serious music has been getting received better. I don't know.
I don't know
That's
about
from an
that.
outside perspective.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard for me to tell. I don't have a good.
I
don't have a
like,
good
yeah.
finger on the pulse.
Well, sometimes when you're posting a song, it's great. In a good way, I can't tell if it's a joke or for real.
Yeah.
Because I think you're
Because my music's
writing
fucking
from
sick.
yeah, well, you're writing from a similar voice, and then I think that's good because the internet audience, should be receiving it just the same
Right.
as the funny shit. So I think that's tight.
It's cool. I'm enjoying making the stuff I'm making. I do feel like for the first time in my making stuff career, I'm making stuff that I really like,
Oh, that's great.
which is cool. Like I like a lot of the old stuff as well, but like as I'm making it, I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you feel about like release days in general? Because you just had one. Do you get
It's-
like? Are you like stoked about release days, or are you like? Whenever I have them, I feel bad about them.
That's so funny. That's Aurelia also feels really bad on
Yeah.
release days. I don't. I feel that's probably not like really great. I feel like it's for me on release day, the only feeling I get is it feels like it's a slightly longer day at the office.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
Sizzling some salad.
I always find
I
that
know.
like I'll put out a song and then like the release day, I'm like, fuck. Like it just feels like so much more should be happening, and then
Yeah.
obviously nothing happens.
It's a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
because it's like but it's not like everything explodes in one day, low key. It's more just like the start of a whole new momentum.
Right.
But it's just day one, and honestly, nothing happens on day one.
Yeah.
Because-
it's all like in the first couple weeks. I
Yeah,
feel like.
it's really like day 2 or 3 that if you're getting playlisted, that people put it on, and
Yeah.
whatever. So I withhold my feeling really shitty about it until 3 days after.
3 days after, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. But also, I've gotten to a point where I'm just like, if I like the music, just music taste wise, then
You're happy about
I'm
it.
like, well, there's not much more I could do if I was really trying.
Cool.
Then however it plays out in the universe is how it goes.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
all
a
just-
detachment a little bit from how it goes.
That's good. I feel like
Yeah.
that's like the most healthy way to go about it.
You know what? I think it's emotionally healthy. I think ambition wise, maybe it's a little low.
But I mean, yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I actually wanted to talk to you about that. I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to say you got to pick it up. No, I think like if you, but like all of your stuff, honestly, for like I think that you have been putting out really high quality stuff for maybe the longest of anyone, like from our Frost kind of squad. Because like even your stuff back then, I felt like was a kind of a cut above quality wise. And it's like it almost seems like even from like the days of Stepdads, you kind of had like a more of like an artist forward vision for your stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way, or do you just feel like you've been just doing stuff?
No, dude, it's so funny. I remember, you probably don't remember, a conversation we had in college a long time ago. And I think it was at, I might be wrong, a 420 party that I was playing with that band.
Do you know where?
It was in a backyard somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And I remember you being like, you specifically told me, you were like, what are you doing? You should just go to LA and start trying to be an artist.
Really?
You were like, yeah. You were like, you have like a look, you have the songs, the band sounds great. You should just go and get started. And
I
get
said
trying."
that?
Yeah. to
Oh,
me.
that makes me sound pretty cool.
Isn't
I
that
think.
crazy? Because that was like 5 or 6
Yeah.
years ago. And I still remember that.
That's fucking
And
sick.
I was like, oh, that's the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
So you could say I'm an early supporter of of the Benny the Ghost project.
I guess, yeah.
Pre Benny the Ghost,
Yeah,
honestly.
that was like that was 2 artist projects as pre.
Oh, because
there was
Ben
a-
Hahn was also one.
Oh yeah, Really just air out all the old music.
And you just fucking put up 12 songs called Salt. What was that about? Why did you do that? Like I remember that that EP came out and I listened to it and I was like, that's sick, but how am I gonna fucking tell these songs apart? Just weren't there like 3 called Salt?
No, there's 2.
Ah, it felt like a lot.
There was Salt and Salt 2.
Oh, okay.
It's a don't look it up, but there's Salt NLMG and then there's Salt Part 2.
Oh, okay. Never let me go. Yeah, I remember that one.
That
one was
song
fucking hot.
surprisingly was just recently hit 1 million plays.
Really?
Which was cool because when we made it, we were like, if this song ever gets 1 million plays, this will be both of our first. We're gonna get Salt Shaker
You and Daniel?
tattoos. Yeah,
That's cool.
we're gonna get Salt Shaker tattoos together, and then classic Daniel. Just go now. 5 years later, he's like, I never said that.
Do you remember in Week's recording studio doing the live version of that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Oh, because I remember it too well.
Oh, was it not good?
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad.
I just
Nothing to do with you who engineered it and produced it, but mostly I was like, when you like studio setting are listening to my singing under a microscope. God, it's such. Can I say fart ass here?
You can say whatever the fuck you
It's
want.
such fart ass.
Dude, don't. Not fart ass. That's interesting because I re-listened to it like a while ago because I was logged into the wrong YouTube account and I saw it and I was like, dang, this kind of still hits.
Oh, the YouTube video is cool actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, the YouTube video is fine. But I know we went in and melodined, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, together we went in and mixed it later. The other songs we did?
I don't think the other ones came out.
No, they didn't.
Which one? What other ones? The whole.
I was like, God, I hate my voice. I'm remembering it all now.
I feel like I'm gonna,
We did a song. Oh, you okay?
I feel like I'm gonna burp. It's not
Can I
gonna
try
happen.
your rain?
Of course.
We're
sponsored.
Do you do? No way.
No, we're not. I've tried. I emailed them at one point, and I was like, "Hey, can you give
You're
me
like,
free reins?"
dude, try this rain. Try this cheese. try
Slide.
this
Dave's Killer
Tillamook.
Bread. What? Yeah, I think
That'd be great to on every episode make somebody eat a slice of toast with some cheese on it.
a grilled cheese. I could make people eat grilled cheese.
You guys want a laugh track?
Yeah, sure.
Sure, yeah.
You can. Do you want
Laugh and clap.
that
Oh,
mic's
this is-
plugged in.
this is
If
really
you
good.
want to just chime in.
Bring it over here, and if I hear something funny, I'm gonna laugh.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's recording
That's
already.
really good.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah.
It has 300 milligrams of natural caffeine. Doesn't seem like there would be anything natural about it.
Yeah.
But
What is
it's-
natural caffeine?
I think it's kind of like when you find like a battery in the wild is like a natural battery, but it's like not real. It was just you just found it there.
You mean a natural battery, like when you stick 2 paper clips into an orange?
Yeah, sure. Is that a battery?
Yeah.
2 paper clips into an orange?
Yeah, remember you put 2 paper clips into an orange and then you put the wire and you connect it to a light bulb and it lights up?
Really?
Yeah, you know what? I'm 100% sure.
Dude, that's incredible. No, I don't remember that. And
I did that in 2nd grade for my science fair,
Oh.
and I remember it perfectly.
Did you win?
No, I never. I actually didn't.
No. Oh. Were you a good student in general?
You know what? It depends on the setting.
Okay.
I had
School setting.
the most.
We're in school.
I had I had I had pretty much every like far end of the spectrum
Oh,
educationally. Like my first school was a private Catholic going really hard school.
Okay.
We're talking about Jesus, but also like there's like 20 kids in your grade, like the same kids.
Oh, wow.
From kindergarten to 8th grade. Then I did that for a while, and then I left that school to go to public school because I was like, the real reason is because you had one teacher to do all your subjects, and I had a teacher who like hated me.
Wait, what? How old were you at this?
I
Or,
was
like, what
I
age-
switched
grade?
before 5th grade.
Before 5th.
No, I switched after 5th grade, so
Okay.
from middle school. And the reason is because I had a teacher who I think it was like racial, who really hated me.
Her name was Rachel?
Yes. She was racially charged.
She was racially charged. So wait, she hated you because of race?
That's the only reason I could
Yeah.
think of. She was
That's
she was a different flavor of Asian than I was, and
Oh.
I think she on day one she was like, "Where's your family from?"
Oh, really?
And yeah, and then I had a terrible time, so I left. Went to
Fuck.
public school for the first time. I had been wearing a uniform my whole life, so I went to public school in like cargo pants with like pockets on the knees and like really stripy things, and I got made fun of really hard because
Just pockets filled with fishing lures.
yeah, that's pretty much. And I had never like done shoes or clothes. I only had
Yeah.
uniforms my whole life. So I entered middle school having a pretty rough.
Rough go of it.
Yeah, it was very like
Yeah.
public middle school. It was brand new to me. I did that. Then I went to my first high school was an extremely super wealthy all white high school.
Whoa.
Like no like 3 minorities out of like 2,000 people. Really over the top strict
Whoa.
and tough and just not even just a lot of lax bros.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then I did 1 year of that, and I was like, this blows. I was like, this isn't the kind of people I want to end up with.
Right.
And this isn't the kind of shit they're going for is not the kind of shit I want to go for at all. So I was sitting in detention one day for being like fucking 1 second late to my first class of the day. I like rolled up at 8:01, and she was like, detention. And I was like, I'm going to leave forever. Like, this super sucks. I was 14
Yeah.
or 15, and I was in detention on the computer, and I applied for performing arts high school.
Really?
Yeah, and had my audition the next week. So I went to audition, and that was a public performing arts high school in DC.
Public, but you still have to audition?
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
public, so you can go. If you live in DC, it's tuition free.
Okay.
But you have to audition to get in arts wise. And that was all black. Super the complete opposite vibe. Very arts focused, very academically poor. My first school was all white, and my second high school all black.
Cool.
Really crazy. And I transferred to that school, auditioned, got in.
And did you like that one more?
Yeah, that one was like a dream come true.
Really?
It was. I was definitely very culture shocky at first.
I'm sure. Going lax, bro, to like an art school.
I hate to think about it, but on my first day, I pulled up wearing a deep V-neck and fake glasses.
So it sounds like you consistently like did the wrong outfit in the beginning. You're only
I
with a
was
bunch
like-
of pockets.
I was like, I guess I was like a new start trying to reinvent myself all the time. And I was like, new life, new school, new me.
Yeah.
But that school was just so sick. It was like, people would show up in full Naruto garb, just full Naruto
So
cosplay.
they run with the hands
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah, at lunch they would.
That's sick.
And then if that was done at any of my schools previous, that kid would get bullied so hard.
Right.
And at this school, everyone would just be like, "Yeah, like that's so sick. Do you like? I love the headband." They were just so into whatever you wanted to be.
That's cool.
They loved it. It was like the quirkier, they're better. They just wanted everyone to just do them. And also it was just the funniest people I'd ever been around.
Really?
And the most talented people I've ever. They were all like church singers, and it was unbelievable to
Right.
get to go to school with them. But so academically, I didn't try any harder. Like, but my freshman year at that first high school, I had like a 3.1.
Mm-hmm.
And every year after that, I had like a 4.2.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Just because
just difference
academically
of-
very different.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Dude, that's wild. Do you think that so like did you know that you wanted to be a music person like from early?
Yeah, actually, when I was... This is what I wrote all my fucking college essays
Swallow
about.
so loud into the
When I was in detention at 15, and I was like thinking about how much this shit sucked,
Yeah.
and how much all the people I was around really sucked, I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm young enough that if I should just decide what I want to do. Okay, making fun of me swallowing really loud.
I moved the mic.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about from 15 you knew.
Oh, I was like, oh, still pretty young. I should just decide what I want to do. Pick something really sick, and if I just stick with
and
it,
just go like balls
if
out,
I stick
fucking
with
go
it
for
starting now, I can probably be pretty good.
That's a cool way to think.
Yeah. And so I was like, either I'll just start playing guitar every day, or I'll spend all day playing soccer, or I'll just go really, really hard.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was like
Soccer.
genuinely trying to decide. I was like, I think it's probably easier. And I was right to
do music?
To do music than
Versus,
to play
soccer.
soccer, especially in the U.S.
Oh my God. Also, just like there's so many more factors, and the amount of people that can be pro soccer players is so much lower.
Dude, I can't even, as you know, I can't even run like 3 miles.
How do you think at any given time? Don't. At any given time, do you think
Sorry.
what number fastest person do you think you are in like a 5-block radius?
Oh, you okay? Probably not anymore at this age.
Okay.
But for most of my life, like strong number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
When do you think that ended?
We've never really like done this, but on every soccer team or every sports team I've ever been on, I've always been the fastest person.
Really?
Like we would do like in sprints and whatever. Yeah.
So
Football too.
But now, so did that like end in high school?
No, that
You're like, that ends tomorrow.
ended when I stopped like exercising. Well,
Okay.
I didn't stop cold turkey, but when I stopped going hard,
hard.
probably ended when I was like 23.
23? I mean, past 23, if you still need to be the fastest one around.
That's the thing is
You're
I
not in the right
haven't
spot.
tried. I don't know because I haven't sprinted in a while.
I think if I had to guess how fast I am relative to the 10 block. I'm thinking hard.
I was just remembering a soccer game that we played together,
I hate soccer. I can't play.
and I was like, "Damn, Carter's a tank,
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
a slow tank."
Yeah, slow tank. I'm not fast. I think when I was a kid, my friends would make fun of me because I was really slow. Like I ran very flat-footed,
Oh yeah.
and I still am not a good runner. And then I thought, I kind of my internal monologue about it was like, well, it's because I have a really good stamina. I can run for like forever. And like I don't know why I thought that. And then recently I was proven wrong. I was proven I don't have very good
I
stamina.
think you have really good stamina.
You think I have really good stamina?
18 miles, pretty cold turkey.
Pretty cold turkey.
No training.
Yeah, but I
It's incredible.
couldn't finish it, and I was proved to not to have the best stamina of the day.
But nobody.
Because Noah was going to keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Noah aside, nobody can finish a marathon with 0 training.
People for sure do.
Okay. I'm over exaggerating, but mostly no one. I had no training and I did 5 miles and I had to stop.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
understandable.
I did a lap where I was limping.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
remember when I was trying out for the lacrosse team my freshman year. I fucking hated lacrosse. I was so slow, and I thought, you know what? I'll pretend to have a limp so that they think I'm faster than I am. And so I pretended to have a limp, and they didn't buy it, and I didn't get on JV. I was on the freshman team.
Yeah. Oh, you had a freshman team.
We had a freshman team,
Yeah.
but yeah, it didn't work. I just looked like a fucking idiot.
They were like, damn.
They're like, damn, that guy's wounded.
Yeah. They just feel bad for you. They're like,
Yeah.
toss him on the freshman team.
Yeah, I told everyone I was.
Did you play games with a limp?
No, I like after the tryouts. I was
It was
like,
just
I don't have a
tryouts.
limp anymore. It
Guess I
didn't
feel
work.
way better.
I think.
Oh, you didn't. You were conscious about being slow. You were like,
Yeah,
oh.
I was slow.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, like, once I got to like sophomore year of high school, I think I was like I was normal fast, but I've never been like the fastest guy in a 10-block radius, which is too bad. And I think if I was the fastest guy in a 10-block radius, I would take advantage of that a lot more.
Yeah. How? By just joining a lot of rec teams?
I think I would
Just
I
sprint
wouldn't-
everywhere.
Yeah, no one would be ahead of me. I'd be the first person to
First
every
in line
location.
at Maury's when they open.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No one would beat me, and I think I could still execute that plan, but it would just take a lot more.
There's
like,
there's
planning.
a lot of people in our. If we did 10 blocks, there's probably like a few.
That's
thousand,
a really good point.
1,000 people.
You think?
I do think I would be
More.
top. Let's say there's 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I think here, just like random population sample, I think I'd probably be definitely top 5%. But it's also just the way genetically my body is designed.
Okay. Do you have long legs?
Jesus just gave me
Do you have long feet?
like really lean muscle and no body weight. You know what I mean?
okay.
Like I can naturally do like 10 pull-ups.
Yeah. You got hollow bones.
Without.
You can do
much
10
thought.
pull-ups.
That's like my baseline for not exercising.
Oh, okay. If you can
not trying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I can. I can probably do 10 pull-ups, but like if I didn't work out, I
But 10
wouldn't-
pull-ups
that
for
would be
you
my-
is way more impressive. You know what I mean? Because you're like lifting a lot. 10 pull-ups
I'm a
for me
fucking-
is just I don't know. It looks dumb. It's
Yeah.
just like
You just fly on it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I think we should do a race, and I think we should do a pull-up competition. I think you'd probably win both, but
yeah.
it's good to be humbled every once in a while for me. It's
Yeah.
good for me to be humbled.
I just think because it's really you versus yourself. That's the because
Right.
we're comparing apples and oranges.
No, but it would be you versus me.
No, well that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I want to beat you,
Okay.
but I don't know if I can.
Okay. I'll wear bricks for shoes for both challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would definitely win that then. All right, next
Until
question.
I come flying at you with a karate kick.
Karate kick, but then I fucking
See, that's where
Break
you would
bricks.
destroy me.
karate.
Well, yeah. See, then we go to anything strength or stamina, and then it's no longer me. I'm
Right.
all agility.
Yeah, high dex score.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm very ninja-y.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I catch things without looking.
Really?
Sometimes
Do you think you're like
I was
pretty agile?
standing at a shoot the other day, and the director was drinking coffee, and she dropped her coffee. She was standing here, and I went,
Really? You
And I
got
was
spider
like-
senses.
and I was like,
Oh, dude, that was pretty fucking good. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I can't fucking.
and I was like, holy shit! Did anybody else see that? And the director was like,
That's cool.
Oh my
Was it?
God.
It didn't spill anything?
no, it was only like this full,
Okay.
but still,
Still,
I
you
wasn't
got
even
it.
fucking looking.
Yeah. Do you think like you put a lot of weight into like that kind of stuff? Like, do you think?
No, I used to.
Yeah. I still feel like I do.
I
which is
used to
fucking
be like,
stupid.
I used to be like, nobody here knows that I'm low key could be James Bond if I like really wanted to. You know what I mean?
if I applied myself,
Yeah.
technically.
I used to do when I was in ninth grade. I used to do a lot of like parkour on the weekends. I would go and
Were you
do
good?
those. You know what? I was very fast and very agile, but I lacked the gymnastics.
Okay.
I
You
did
flexible?
I did like one backflip in my life.
That's cool. It's more than I've done.
My friend was helping train me, but then at lunch one day, this was the end of my parkour career. I had two people lined up and bent over, and I ran and I did a side flip over them, and I landed with my ankle with my foot like sideways like this.
Oh.
And I went all the way down, and my ankle was like, and then it snapped.
Did it break?
Yeah.
It broke?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I was like, walk it off. And then I
walking that
walked
off.
around, and I walked up the stairs to class after lunch ended, and then I was
Were you like gonna pass out?
No, I have this honestly, I find it very fun, but I have this really crazy shock response where I'm just hysterically laughing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
okay.
it's like you can either let it out in crying or laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
And you
was
start laughing?
going ham, and I was having fun because it was so funny how I was just in social studies,
With a broken ankle.
just in so much pain. And then my teacher was like, what's up? And I was like, my ankle hurts. And she's like, I need to look at it. And she like rolled up my pants, and it was like this big, and it was purple. And she was like,
Jesus
we need to
Christ.
call your mom. She was like, you need to go to the hospital. And I was like, hell yeah, for sure.
That's a pretty.
They wheeled me out.
They wheeled you out.
Dude, and then we got to the hospital, but it was like a private doctor. It wasn't a hospital.
Right.
And they didn't have any crutches or wheelchairs. So my mom was like, guess you gotta crawl. So yeah, we were in like a super big pickup truck, and I had to like throw myself out of the seat onto the street, and then just
How high up
sit
was it? Was it like
it was like a really, really one of those really big pickup trucks.
Oh God.
And then I just had to sit
break
on
your hip on the way down.
I had to sit on the ground and go and just back scoot, and she was just there holding the door open for me, and people like walking past me.
Jesus
And I'm
Christ.
just
No one helped you?
scooting in.
You didn't do the double over
No,
shoulders?
I guess not. And then I fucking
That's
scooted into the elevator,
fucking horrible.
sat there, scooted into the doctor's office, and then I was sitting there with my foot out like this.
Yeah.
And my mom was checking in, and then as she walks past me, she steps on my ankle. And I was so mad.
Yeah, I can imagine. What do you think?
That was the end of my parkour
Was
career.
that, do you think, the most injured you've ever been?
Yeah, either that. There was a previous parkour time where I was filming a video and I got distracted and I missed a landing and I fell really hard and I ended up fracturing my wrist and my ankle at the same time, and I
Right.
was double casted up. But the fractures
Wrist
were
and ankle, you said?
wrist and ankle, yeah. So I had one like on opposite sides.
Oh my God.
But those were a lot more mild than my ankle break.
Yeah. An ankle break that's a pretty catastrophic injury.
Yeah, I was like out for like 7 or 8 months
Damn.
with a huge boot.
That sucks.
Yeah, but crutches was pretty fun, low key.
Yeah, you seem like a guy that'd be good at crutches.
It was really fun. I had like low key. I had a really good time like going up and down stairs. I was like, you know what's better than 2 legs? 3 legs.
Yeah, 1 leg and 2
Yeah. It was
long
really
arms.
fun. I think I got really good triceps because I would like.
I think.
And I was like, look at me balance on my crutches, and I was just kind of doing dips.
Yeah, you seem like someone that's making the best of all of it.
It was just kind of fun. I wasn't. That came to me, you know. I wasn't even like I'm gonna.
That's just
I'm
a little
gonna do
blessing in
this
disguise.
well. I was like, I was like, dude, I stand up in the middle of the night, grab my crutches.
Uh-huh.
I can just take one huge stride and be in the bathroom. I can like.
Just another step in you being the fastest person around.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
It's kind of sick. Plus, everyone holds the door for you.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like, the ladies kind of dig that. Like, they see you with crutches, and he's like, that guy went through it.
Yeah. How brave.
That guy's super brave.
Yeah.
I think I've never been like that badly injured. Knock on wood. Fuck. Dude, I got fucking rain all over my hands. I've never been that badly injured, but
Can I get another sip?
Yeah, of course. I saw when I was playing football in 6th grade, someone was running.
What position are you?
I was a tight end. Or no, in that at that point I was probably a tackle.
Oh, okay.
And I fell back and someone was running and stepped into my helmet.
Oh.
And I was fine. I had like a crossbar on
Right.
it, but their foot got stuck in the helmet, and they got their shin snapped in half. It was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude. It was this guy named Simon. Shouts out Simon.
Honestly, he deserves it with a name like Simon.
Dude, he broke his leg so hard he transferred schools. It was crazy. It was fucking insane. His shin bone was fully sticking out of his leg, and the foot was still stuck in my helmet. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
God. He's like,
Yeah.
where did my foot go?
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was horrible. But then he didn't come back to school after that.
Why?
He was bedridden for a little while, and then I think the school was just like, we're not taking you back. Yeah, they just didn't take him
Dude,
back.
I was doing high school soccer tryouts for my first high school, and I was going really hard because I like had something to prove to these to the school full of D-bags.
Fucking D-bags.
And
dude.
this dude and I, who was way bigger
fucking
than me,
defensive backs, dude.
this dude who was way bigger than me and I were running to the same ball like this, converging, and I thought he was going equally as hard, and he wasn't. And we were kind of friends. It was really nice. But I was going super hard, and I slammed into him, but only because I thought he was coming at me with equal, and that we were just kind of even out. but he didn't come at me at all, and I ended up just like actually crushing him. And he was like 6'2", and he flew off the field into the stands, into the fence in front of the stands, and cut his neck. Like, you know how the fence, like at the top of the fence ends in like these? He went down and it like slit him open from like here to here across his neck.
And you're like, that's what fucking happens, dude. Do you still feel bad about it?
Yeah.
Do you still think
his
about it?
collarbone was like sticking out.
Oh.
And he was like, I need to go to the hospital. And they just, they ended tryouts and they took him to the hospital.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. And then I made the team and I was like,
Yeah. And then you were the enforcer on the team. And they're like, you better fuck kids up. If there's anyone left standing on this fucking field, dude, that's crazy.
I did feel really bad. I was like, that was never meant to.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Speaking of sports injuries, one time I played football also in 6th grade as quarterback.
Really?
And I remember playing
You seem like you'd be a
in
good
the winter. Low key, if I was any bigger, how tall is Russell Wilson?
Probably 6'2" or something.
Never mind.
What were you hoping for? What,
Like
what number would I have given that you're like, I could have been in the NFL?
5'7".
No, he's not 5'7". Dude, what?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I didn't realize is how impossible it is to throw when you can't see over the line.
Yeah.
Because I'd only played flag, and then when I played for real football, like the receiver would be running, and it would just be here, and then 1 second here, and then 1 second
Yeah,
here.
you have to like peer
and I
through
was
them
like,
all.
I can't see at all. I was just like,
Gotta trust your instincts, dude.
but I would like get tackled, and I would one time I fell with my hand like out like this on flat, and then somebody else fell in their face mask, just like
Smashed it.
on my hand on the ground,
Yeah.
and that was like some of the most pain I've ever felt. Also, one time I got tackled. Somebody broke through. Had terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
Somebody broke through and accidentally kicked me in the shin super hard, and I was out for like 30 minutes.
Really?
I got. Your shin has nothing in front of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just straight to the bone.
I don't know if you ever taken a razor scooter to the shin.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but somebody just kicked me in the shin super hard, and I was out, and I was like, I can't even walk.
I remember one time when I was in probably 7th grade, we had this guy on our. Can we get that Foley? We had this guy who ended up being like a good friend of mine, and he was super nice. He always like super chill. Guy named Christian Hansen, but people on the team called him Bull. Like people had like nicknames.
Cool.
So people called him Bull because he was like, he fucking hit hard. But he was on my
Classic
team.
Connecticut.
Yeah, dude. Classic Connecticut. Like we had one guy was nicknamed Pinball. Like just like it felt like a little too like nicknamey for it to
Yeah.
be real life.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's like a Hulu show.
Yeah, it felt like a coming of age movie.
Yeah.
So, but I remember one time in practice, I was on defense. I was playing probably defensive end, and I was trying to tackle him, and he hit me so hard that I blacked out for a second. And I like came to a second later, and I had been crying, and I was like, "Where the fuck am I?" And someone was like, "You were just crying," and I was like, I was, and I just like didn't remember it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's
like
a
some
concussion. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think I've probably gotten a couple good concussions but I've never like been diagnosed. So I'm just gonna like freak out one day on my family way in the future.
Yeah. Oh, that's. I saw a movie about that, about them discovering that.
CTE exists.
Yeah,
The concussion.
There's
issue?
just a bunch of dudes when they're 40. This is gonna sound so insensitive, and they're just like,
Go for it.
they're just like, yeah, my life was great, pro footballer, but I'm gonna kill myself now.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a depression you can't avoid. It's just 'cause
Yeah,
it's,
the brain injuries.
it's just brain injury,
Dude,
and
it's fucking scary.
so sad.
Also, apparently, soccer is the like biggest one for brain injuries.
What?
Yeah, because people head it. I think women's soccer is like the biggest concussion.
They stopped. I think it's like under 11. I just heard they like stopped letting you head the ball.
Good.
Which makes
Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, I used to, when I was on travel soccer, I was like on defense,
Yeah.
and the goalie on the other side of the field would punt it, and I was like, it'd be coming right to me, and I'd be like, "Fuck!" Like I know that we're playing like competitive soccer.
Yeah.
Like
You're about to get your
coach
bell
is
rung.
gonna be pissed if I don't take this on the head. Like if I don't reach it at the highest point so
Right.
that nobody else gets it.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. And I would just stand there and let it come and smack me in the head, and then I would be, dude, and then I would be so dizzy for like 30 seconds.
Dude.
And I just remember never wanting
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. I think also the problem with that is like there's so much time to consider it
Yo, because it would
because
just
it goes
fly
up and
there.
you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Whereas like in football, it's like you have like a split second.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, bang, and then you get hit in
Yeah.
the head, and it's like Jesus.
Yeah.
But like in soccer, it goes up. It's up in the air for 2 seconds maybe, and you have
Yeah.
2 seconds to just be like,
Yeah, it's like
am I
catching a
gonna have
punt
to go
in
to the
football.
hospital after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, catching a punt would
Because
scare the shit
it's
out
really
of me.
just up there, and you're just like waiting.
And then yeah, you can't look down at like whoever's about to
Yeah,
annihilate
I
you.
know. I'm surprised rugby isn't. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't know anything about rugby.
Injuries?
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
a lot-
well, head injuries.
Not a lot of head injuries compared to football because people don't. I played rugby for 1 year, and people don't lean in with their head because you don't have a fucking helmet. And like if you get hit in the head, you're gonna get
Yeah.
fucked up every time.
Well, how are you tackling people? Aren't you supposed to break down and get them at the waist?
Yeah, but with your shoulder, like a lot of collarbone injuries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a sports psychologist.
Low key in in football, they're like lean in with your helmet. Like people when they're going to the pile, they go like head down.
Fucking yeah, I don't like. I'm glad I don't.
Big
I'm,
old dummies.
I was gonna play. I'm not gonna say what college because I don't want to just randomly shit on the college. But I was.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess. But I was considering either doing music in college or doing football in college. But the football teams that wanted me, I went to fucking Wilton High School in Connecticut. So like, there's no great
Right.
football players coming out of Wilton High
Right.
School. So I was gonna play for the most losing team in Division III history. Like the longest losing streak in history.
No, you don't need that.
Yeah.
Was it Phoenix University?
The online school, University of Phoenix.
It took me
No.
that long to think of it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna play for the University of Phoenix.
Is it
online.
University of Maryland, University College?
Are there 2 universities in that name?
Hell yeah.
University
I
of
saw
Maryland,
it.
University College.
I saw so many commercials for that school growing up, and I was like, 3 of the 4 words in this name are just university.
Yeah, or just like university and then a synonym for university.
Yeah, but university twice. And
University College,
Yeah.
Maryland.
Yeah.
It's a place and then 3 words that mean school.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's wild. Were you?
Anyway, the point was, I was like, yeah, I should probably play guitar.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, right, that's how we got on this.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then I was like, if you go long enough, you'll probably, even if you suck, if you go long enough, you'll have time to just get better.
Do you think that like making it in music? Well, first off, two-parter. What is like making it for you? Like what in your career do you think of as like this is what I want to be doing?
It's so weird because I think you like set long-term and short-term goals, but they low-key they always have to be changing.
Yeah.
Because when you get it doesn't really look like how you imagined. Because I think when I was younger, I was like, oh, let me sign a record deal and let me go on tour. Boom, life is gonna be made. I'm gonna live in a mansion.
Right.
Then I like went on tour, but it's like playing guitar and not singing, and it doesn't pay anything.
Yeah.
And it's not glamorous. Really fun. And then sign a deal. It's also super small deal, not living in a mansion yet. And so I was like, that's great. Like, check it off. But
it never looks like how
But
you-
it's like now it's just work. I have to set other kind of like goals, I guess.
Yeah.
At that part, I don't know. I think a big one was paying rent.
Through music.
Yeah, and I think it's like after doing that, now I'm like maybe I'm a little too comfortable because I need to I'm almost having a hard time figuring out what the next step of goal is.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because I'm a little chillin'. I want something to like shoot for. that makes sense.
Let's figure out what you're shooting for next.
Because but the money will end too. It's not like you achieve it and then you're like reached a point. You can always go
back down.
So
I mean, the paying rent
no.
as a doing music is fucking sick. Like that really, I kind of feel like, and I'm really bad about like moving goalposts. Like every time I hit a goalpost, I'm like, oh well, it's not this. And so like, I feel like I have the inverse problem of like nothing ever, like every time I hit a goal, it doesn't feel like I actually.
That's a
hit
good thing for achieving, though.
Bad thing for general mental health.
Yeah,
but I mean,
exactly.
What's fucking more important, dude?
There's a balance.
Totally,
Because
yeah,
the whole like happy, like, dude, ambition a little bit is like the death of happiness. I think this is some deep Buddhist shit.
I like that.
That's why like monks are like, you let go of all attachment. You don't want for anything, and now you're super one.
Yeah,
you can just enjoy the moment. You're super happy.
Sure, but you can't be John Bon Jovi if you're happy.
Exactly.
You think John Bon Jovi is happy?
Absolutely
Dude,
not.
that guy is
That dude is
a mess.
living on a prayer.
He's living.
That's Journey.
No,
Is
Living
it?
on a Prayer is Bon Jovi.
Oh. Then edit that out.
No, that's in. That's in, and I'm not editing past this point.
So that's a weird balance between, like you said, you and Aurelia both pretty down on release days.
Yeah.
That's great for making good music, I think. Or that's
or like getting it,
because you have such a
promoting.
deep want for this thing to be received well.
Right.
Even when it's out of your control, but at the same time, you mentally are suffering.
Yeah.
It's a
But
weird line to walk.
It's a weird line to walk for sure, but I think if you're paying rent with music, like that's fucking unbelievable. Like that's like, I feel like for so long, like when I was in Nashville, that was totally my only goal. Like I was like, oh my God, if I can like do this and then also buy like vegetables this month, I'm rolling. Like that's sick.
I remember when I came to visit you, you were like, yeah, dude, I save money by eating the same thing for every meal, and it's eggs and beans and spinach.
Yeah, spinach.
And I was like, dude, genius. And then after I
saw that and you're like, perfect.
After I left, I only ate eggs and beans and spinach for a while. And the thing is, it's really good. It's really cheap, and it tastes really good, and it's pretty good nutritionally.
Yeah,
I was pretty happy.
I for a little while was like, I can't do. Like I couldn't eat beans and eggs for a while after that because I was like, this makes me like psychologically sick.
I started really disliking beans and eggs together specifically.
Yeah,
like the bean juice
the
on
combo
the eggs started making me feel bad.
Right. Well, I mean, I think your next goal should be. I think your next goal.
I'm kind of, I think, unhappy with paying rent with music now. Because that feels like at this point like a little bit of a is that okay?
1 second. Keep talking. It's
a little bit of a standard. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be settling for a baseline. Oh, it's the battery.
It's just the battery.
Is the monitor battery?
Yeah, just monitor.
Oh, chilling. Here, I can just go like this. I don't want to be settling for what feels like baseline at this point.
That's crazy. Wow, it's weird taking the headphones off for a second because I forgot that it sounds different in the room.
Yeah. I'm getting really used to the sound of my own voice.
Yeah, it
Whoa.
feels like baseline, but it's still like super impressive. Also, by the way, we're at almost an hour. If you we can keep going. I'm happy. I'm vibing. But if you need to get out of here, you just let me know.
Oh, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Was there other stuff you wanted to?
Yeah, I mean,
really pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you more about sports injuries. The thing, I think that like I feel like the music that you're putting out is so fucking cool right now, and
Thanks.
Yeah,
Me too.
I think it's dope. And like, if the goal is just like, I think the goal should just be crank out more music, because that's like eventually shit's gonna continue. Like shit just if you continue putting out good stuff, it just trends upwards. I think.
That's what I was thinking. I was after my last deal ended. There's like an exclusivity clause where I wasn't allowed to release music for like 6 months.
Really?
So yeah.
So now you have like a backlog of stuff.
So yeah, I was just making music. I mean, I would have had music ready to go if I could, but
Right.
legally it was like not allowed, which is how it goes. But yeah, and then the whole I like parted ways with management, and then I was on my own, and it felt like pretty much all momentum died.
Yeah.
In such a huge gap, and now my team just got way smaller. Like the person who's supposed to be helping the whole music business side is gone, and so I was like looking for people to help out with all that stuff, and then somebody told me, they were like look, you can try and as much as you want, you can try and ask people to come and help you put the music out and help it do its thing, or you can make great music and get it out there and let the music do the work in the universe, and then people who really love it will come to you and will want to help. And I was like, damn, so right. And I went and like uploaded the song like the next day, and I was like, at some point it's time to just be putting shit out and let it do its thing, and let the momentum go where it's gonna go.
I think that's like the perfect way to go about it. And I do feel like a lot of the time artists, like independent artists, will be like, well, I need to wait for the team. Like I need to find the people that are going to help with it. But like if you are waiting for people to come to you and you're just like doing your thing, the people that come to you are going to be so much more passionate about the shit that you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Just because they're like, they heard that and they're like, I need to fucking email that guy.
Exactly.
So I think that's totally the right move. You got the fucking beans, bro. You got the beans.
I appreciate it. I do think that if I had any one thing going, I think the songs are really sick, which is the best thing to have going.
What do you think what is the hardest part for you, like process wise? It can be like specifically in making a song, or it can be like in being an artist. What's like the most challenging part of it?
Finding a musically, probably finding a sound. My songs are artist project. I think is a bit identityless. It's like indie pop overarching.
You think that you don't have an identity as an artist?
Well, I think sound wise, my songs really vary. There's like, I was talking to my friend and he's like, yeah, one thing we're talking about the career, and he was like, one thing I've been waiting for is for Benny the Ghost to have an identifiable sound, like a brand.
Whoa.
It's like, because it goes dark pop to super upbeat to folky to beachy, and I think it's all sick and I like it all, but I also see where it's coming from.
Who's your fucking friend that said that?
Do you know Ely?
I met him.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
He's so good at music.
He sucks. I've never heard. I don't know.
Have you met him?
I have met him.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
Dude, he's unbelievable producer.
But like dude, I have the same fucking thing where I feel like so often people are telling me to like, oh, you don't have like a central thing yet. Fuck that. First off, I think your music is like very super varied, but also like to me it seems like it has a one central avenue, and like the big centralized thing is your voice and like your writing style. Like even if you're doing other genres, it sounds like Benny the fucking
That's
Ghost.
what I thought, and that's what that's what
I think. That feels like a bit of a crazy criticism to be like, oh, you need one thing. Because the artists that I think that have like one real thing, like that are super uniform, are fucking boring, dude.
That's true. I do find it tough to sometimes to get through an entire album.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's just my ADD or whatever.
Yeah.
I do feel that, and that's what I like about my own shit. But I see what they're coming from. Like I really can go both ways, but I think if you were to hear a song and you were like, this song is great, I want more of this song, and there maybe wasn't a lot of, like, I have one song that I'm particularly incredibly excited about.
Okay.
And one reason I like it is because it's super wild, unlike all of my other songs. And I played it for some like A&Rs, and they were like, holy shit.
Really?
Yep. And they were like, what we want is more of this. Like, build a world around this.
Interesting.
And that people can hear this and then latch on to, you know what I mean? That's musically, I think, is the challenge. The question is, what is the challenge? And then I think finding an audience.
Finding an audience is tough.
That is like a community and is like a niche.
Yeah, I saw you just got on Discord.
Yeah.
Do you like that
That's
so
cool.
far?
I love it. They're sweet. And that's as close as I've gotten to having like a Benny the Ghost centric
Right.
audience, because a lot of it in the beginning was from Spotify playlists, which was good for getting plays.
But not good for like building fans. So much.
Right, yeah, because they are hearing you in between a bunch of other artists, and then they continue listening to other artists after. They're not like coming for you if they're on a playlist.
Yeah.
So it's building a following like that, and that requires a strong level of being different.
Yeah.
And really displaying that and personality really well.
I think. Yeah, I mean,
In
dude, I
video
think you
and
fucking do that. I've been such a fan.
I
Back
think
in the
you
day,
do that
I don't know if
really
you.
good.
I don't know if you remember this. One time you played the 420 show, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember seeing you, and I think I said to you, I said, "Man, you gotta get out to LA and fucking just do it."
You have the look. You have the skinny jeans.
Bro,
You got the leather boots.
you're the fastest guy I know.
You're the fastest guitar player. Not that you play guitar fast, but you can.
You run fast and play guitar. No, I think you fucking got it. And yeah, I run into the same critique a lot of people being like, "Oh, I don't get it. You're like a funny guy." And like a lot of labels that, not a lot. I haven't talked to that many labels. Meetings.
Me neither.
Yeah. Every time. But like a lot of time when I'm in meetings, people are like, "Okay, sick. You haven't like figured it out yet, but like put out some of these funny songs." And it's like,
Oh,
no, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
yeah. That's so funny you say that, because people have said to me many times, many different people, "You're, quote, you're so funny. Just be funnier.
Yeah,
Just be
it's
funny.
fucking impossible.
Just be funny online. Just make funny videos. Just be yourself. Like, write funny songs."
I fucking hate that, dude. Dude, just
I was like, okay, I understand, because that's a very like free flowing, freestyling way, and then it can connect very easily. But also, when I'm writing music, that's not the place I'm going to.
right. And also, I think like being funny as a person, like you're super funny as a dude.
Oh,
You're so fucking funny,
And so fast.
dude.
so
You're
funny and
you
so
gotta move to LA. You're the fastest guy I know. You have great boots. You're so funny. No, dude. I think, but also like being funny, like making funny videos and being like an actually entertaining person to be around, are like they can overlap, but it's also like. I don't think it's like super.
That's like, everyone is like, yeah, they're like, just turn the camera on and then be yourself, as if like
Yeah, what the
me
fuck?
hanging out with people was the same as me recording a video
yeah.
of myself.
Yeah.
Because also, it doesn't quite translate, because the sense of humor is kind of that everything is a joke, but then when you're marketing yourself, you don't want to.
You don't want to seem like that.
I'm not gonna turn on TikTok and just be like, "What's up, fuckers?" Which is how I walk into every room in real life.
Yeah, and you just call that. You call it, your big thing is calling everyone fuckers.
Yeah.
That's like your classic Benny the
Actually,
Ghost.
that is the way I love opening every show.
What's up? Really?
Yeah.
What's up? I don't know why that was my reaction.
Yeah. I just like it for the shock value. I like going
What's
on
up,
stage.
fuckers?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then be like, "Sup, bitches?"
Yeah.
Just to give everyone
be mad at them.
a good giggle. I just want them to know nothing's getting taken that seriously.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I think your live shows are fucking popping. Although I haven't been to any of your ones in LA.
I'm still figuring it out, man. I'm still figuring out how to get the energy with tracks to how it was with a 5-piece band.
Do you do solo, you guitar, and then tracks?
The most recent tour was just me and drums and tracks.
Well, that feels like it should have some good energy.
Way harder. Because all of a sudden I realized it goes from a rock show to a pop show. And a pop star is one thing I have never been.
Right.
Rock was easy because you're just being yourself.
You're just leaning
the music
into
is
it.
kind of doing its thing. You can watch all the different musicians on stage. You can watch the dude doing the guitar solo.
Yeah.
Pop show is all of a sudden I'm not playing any instruments. I'm holding a mic and I'm like running back and forth.
Right.
singing it, and now I'm like, what do I do with my other fucking hand?
I don't like. Yeah, I have to be holding
And
the
I'm
guitar.
like, and nobody, the show doesn't move forward if it's not me doing it.
Yeah.
Now I'm 100% of the show, and so now I have to be like, let me fucking hear your hands together.
like kind of sign language.
Yeah. You know how people, they always be like, how are you feeling? But
Yeah.
really, what the fuck is good? Like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
there's a part of me, part of the brand of the humor is that
You don't do. You're not
all that
about
shit is really dumb.
Yeah.
I do it, and I love when I do it, and it's great. And I love asking everyone
How they're
how they
doing.
are 3 times in a row, louder every time.
So your big rail is anti asking the crowd how they're doing.
Yeah, but then it really went from like a Nirvana thing where we're all just like to like a Dua Lipa thing where now I'm like trying to walk around, and that made me super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the vibe was not the same. And I've also had never played to a metronome before.
Really?
Yeah, and dude, playing
Playing to a click
guitar
is tough.
and singing to a metronome
Yeah.
for the first time in front of hundreds of people
Is fucking crazy.
was so hard. And I listened to the videos and I'm like, I'm way off time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I think you doing the rock thing was so fucking cool. But also, like, I don't think the two are mutually exclusive. Like,
No,
you can still put on a rock show
it's a-
with your pop
For
music.
sure. It's a budget thing. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I would ideally rock a 5-piece band
Yeah.
with tracks that are just background vocals and percussion.
Yeah, that's what
would-
I do.
Okay.
But I also have to pay my band so much fucking money and
Yeah.
then rent a van. You know, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, that would be. So I have no doubt that show would be tight.
Yeah.
Because what I am lacking with a 5-piece band is vocals cutting through, is all the production value in the songs, which are high production quality. That's
Yeah.
part of their appeal. Is all that sound design, all the percussions, there's so much design in the background vocals that like thicken up the vocals, and
Yeah, all the little bits
all
and
that
bobbles.
is gone when it's just the band. So mixing the two would be great. I've done just both now, and they're both have their reasons why they're really tough.
Yeah. I think you're fucking cool, man. Dude,
Thanks, dude. I think you're fucking
Do you
cool,
think I'm cool?
and strong.
I think that I am probably top 20 percentile of a 10 block radius.
Oh my gosh, 20? You're easily as high in level of strong as I
you are
am
fast?
in fast. Easily. We were oh yeah.
fuck.
I was watching you guys play poker yesterday, and you were like, "Let's go," and I was like, "Damn."
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Traps on that guy.
I've been working on the traps. You got some traps too going on right now. I like that.
When I flex my neck,
Yeah, it's all about big
you can't
neck
really
muscles.
see it. Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm so excited for more of your fucking stuff. I'm a huge supporter of the Benny the Ghost.
Fuck yeah.
I think you're
Thank
dope. I think you got good. I think you're fast. I think you're funny.
I think you live right next door.
I think you live right next door. Ben Hahn. Oh, actually, hold on.
I'm just really curious. What notes did you write that we didn't get to?
What's the dirtiest you've ever been? Now you have to answer that
Okay.
while I prep this.
Oh my god. I think it was probably recently. What is it? This is maybe out of actual metal. Oh, it just says. Wow. It just says winner.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's you're now a
Oh, there he goes.
oh well fucking perfect. You're now an official member of the Interstellar Tennis Podcast community.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Benny the Ghost, Ben Hahn, the fucking champion, the guy, the dude. Feel how sweet my hands are? Is
Yeah.
that good?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Do you have anything to plug? Last chance to plug something for the people.
Go stream T-Rex. It's out now on all of the streaming platforms. Follow me on all the socials. We got Discord. We got the Talk. We got Instagram. And I did have Twitter, and I got banned for life from Twitter on my very first tweet, so I don't have Twitter anymore.
You got banned?
Yeah.
Why'd you get banned?
My very first tweet ever.
What'd you say? Do you want to tell me off camera?
No, I'll tell you all right now. I made a Twitter for Benny the Ghost, and I went on and I said, new LinkedIn, who dis? Immediately banned forever. Yeah.
What? Why?
Dude, people can post pictures of titties, but you can't post new LinkedIn, who dis?
Who dis?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy. All right.
No.
Well, Ben, thank you for joining us. I had a great time
For
with
having
you.
me. Can I come be a guest on somebody else's episode?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
I'm going to be doing this like twice a week, and
Great.
it's like going to be just an open rotating cast of folks.
Love it.
Awesome. Benny the Ghost, everybody.
Thank you.
Interstellar.